everyone, this is another video from Easy Electric series, and today we want to learn how you could make a glass box in Fusion 360. As you could see, you could make the glass box for any size of the glass, and actually you could use it, so you could open it and take them out. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is another video from Easy Electric series, and today we are going to see how we could design a glass box in Fusion 360. So this is actually is a good example that you practice all concept that we learned so far. So what we are going to do, we are going to have the box, the glass box. You could design for any size that you want. So as you see, it has a two part, and somehow this is actually the cap, and you could put and lock that on the top of these part that you have. So let's to actually see how we could design that. So I usually comes to the new design, choose the YX plate. So then we actually create the sketch. So as I mentioned, you could go to any size that you want. Here is just example that we able to practice the concept that we learned so far. So let's start with a rectangle. So I'm going to create the rectangle. So I actually use the 2-point rectangle. So let's do actually let's do 40 by 30. So first do the 40, then actually tab and do the 30 millimeter. So enter. So as usual, we just make sure that's fully constrained. So as you could see here, that's fully constrained. So because we don't want to have a sharp edge on our box, so let's to just use the fillet and somehow fillet these corner to get rid of these sharp edge. So I'm going to click on the part that we want to get rid of that sharp angle. These two should be actually fillet. This one should be fillet. And at the end, you could put the number. Let's to do 2 millimeter enter. And as you could see, now we actually get rid of that sharp edge that we have. So back here, so as you could see, we want to actually make these parts. So definitely if you somehow project these 3D to two dimension, you will see we will need actually three rectangles. So the first one is the center one. So somehow the center is whatever you have in the bottom, right? In the bottom you have one rectangle, which is the bottom of your box. So then you need another rectangle to make these layers that you see, and also third one for these layers. Same similar things for the cap, the same three rectangle. This is the only difference is the height is actually changed, right? So these two dimensions should be exactly matched. So that means, as you could see here, if I project all things down, so I need actually three rectangle, then I extrude them. The first one should be actually the thickness of the bottom, so the next actually extrude the middle one, and the last one should be these external layer that you have here. So back here, so this is actually our origin one that we made. So let's to use the offset and somehow make the second one. So for sure, I need to offset this. So and let's to do 1.5. So this is actually the second one. So this is going to be my bottom layer. This is actually the middle layer, and we have one more. So let's to actually again do the same thing. Go to the offset of the origin, because you made the origin one, and you know the size. It's better to all the time offset from the origin that you made it, and you know the all info about it. So I say the same, but this time instead of 1.5, I'm doing the 3. So as you could see, if I extrude this, it should be make my bottom of the box. This should be actually the second layer, and this should be actually the third one. So for the other part of the box, definitely I need to do the same, right? So that means I exactly could copy paste it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this and make a copy. So put this check mark. Now it is making the copy. Just put that somewhere out of the way. So I just put that here. So say okay. So as you can see, now the sketch is not fully constrained. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to somehow set the position of that. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take a line 50. So then make these as a construction. Now I'm going to use the coincident. I want to coincident these point. Let's to see what's happened. No, not this is not what I want to do. Okay, so let's to say coincident. So then push the shift this point to this point. So as you could see, now it is fully constrained, and also I have these beside each other, and now I'm almost done with this sketch. I'm comes here and say finish the sketch, back to the home. So as you see, now I'm fully constrained. I should be good. So now this side that you see is this part. I need to make the bottom. So then the second layer, then actually the second layer, the actually third layer that we have. So let's start with the bottom of the box. Let's do actually these. Definitely we should do extrude, and we are going to do for 3 millimeters. So I'm going to say extrude how much it should be 3 millimeters. So that's the what we have. Let's to turn that on. Same thing for the other one. So I say extrude till 3 millimeter, which is somehow is the thickness of the bottom of the cap and also the box. So we say actually, yeah, for here, if you want to, your model will be fully constrained. Maybe it is better to say not distance, say to the object, which object should be this one. So that means if in the future you change the thickness of the box, so somehow with changing one number is changing the both of them. So you say, okay, so now we have that. So let's to go to the second layer. So I choose, if I could, so I need to zoom a little more. So I choose these surface that you see now. I'm coming here, say extrude. So this should be actually 120. So this is actually the layer that you have in the middle. So 120. So then it is a joint. So then we should be actually good. So if you take a look to what's happened, so you actually have that a middle joint. Now you actually need the outer layer, which is this one. You do the same extrude. Let to do that 100 this time. So I extrude that 100 join and say okay. So if you take a look, you somehow is done with one of them. So you already put the bottom one 3 millimeter. So this one actually extrude for 120 and the outer layer for 100. So then we actually make the first one. So let's do the same thing for the second one. Definitely you just repeat the same process that we have. This time the only thing is change is the height of that, right? So see, this is exactly what I want to do. If I could turn around, so see now this time this is the outer layer, this is actually the middle, and also you have the bottom one. So we already did the bottom, so let's do the middle one. If I could choose that surface, which I did. So you extrude that. Let's do this for 20. And to be joined, this should be actually your middle one. You say okay. And finally, let to do the outer one. So I actually do the same this time. I actually put 40 millimeter. So 40 and say enter. So if you zoom a little down, we almost finished the job, right? So as you could see, this one definitely should be matched inside this. This is your outer layer. This is your outer layer. You have these middle layer that you see. You just take a look to the yellow circle that you see I'm showing. So that's it. So as you could see, you easily able to make these glass box and let to print it and see what should be the final product. Thank you for watching this video.